Dave, what you got, buddy?
Oh,
Bring
you
us
guys ever
home.
drink tap water anymore?
Yes. Yep.
You getting off the tap?
No. I still drink tap water. Now, I do notice more, like we've got a spigot on the refrigerator.
Spigot. That's another one of them fun words.
And it's filtered, so it's not just tap water, but it's colder, so I prefer that if I'm in a glass situation.
So is your question focused on you walking over to the sink, you pulling that lever?
Or what about drinking out of the garden hose type of thing? I feel like people just don't drink sink water much. Remember back in school when you go to the sink and do the old...
out of those lead pipes?
Yeah.
I get it out of the fridge because we have an extra filter on the fridge that's where I go.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we have poor water quality in our area.
We have stellar water quality in ours.
Yeah, we do.
What do you have for water?
St. Henry.
As do I.
Yeah,
we got great water.
So we have great water, and they release those reports every year, and they seem to be doing a great job. Kudos to them. Shout out. Probably big fans of the show. But I just take that extra level of filtration through the fridge, and that's where I'll always get it. My wife is ruthless. She will just wherever, like bathroom sink, she'll go fill up her
Love that.
water. Like
her and I are on the same water wavelength. Justine will literally. So these big ass Stanley cups that won't even fit in the damn water
refrigerator thing,
tray unit thing in the fridge, and she'll sit there and let that son of a bitch piss in that cup for an hour. I mean, it's just barely dribbling out. It's been like, what are you doing? Like, you are wasting so much time by standing at that refrigerator waiting for all 50 ounces to come in to fill your cup up, when all you had to do is sprinkle 2 or 3 ice cubes in there, because she's a very light ice gal.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard on her teeth. She's not a real big ice gal. And then, I said, well, it's winter time, okay? The ground ambient temperature is around 56 degrees. Plus, when the water comes up out of the ground and comes into our crawl space, which is obviously not insulated, it's supposed to be able to breathe. It's cold in there. The water that's coming out of the tap is cold already.
Yeah.
So that whole argument about, well, I like it out of the fridge because it's cold when it comes out. Well, it's actually colder when it comes out of the tap than it would if it was coming
right
through
now.
The fridge. Yes. Right now. It just burns me up how she stands there. And the kids are just as brainwashed as what she is. And they're standing there filling up their 6-gallon Yeti Stanley cups, going to freaking baseball and all this shit. And I'm like, I ain't got time to wait on your shit. Fill the damn thing up in the sink and let's roll. But
do you have a whole home filtration?
We did when we first moved in there, and the son of a bitch leaked, unbeknownst to the previous owners. And there was a nice stand of black mold growing on the backs of the rotted out cabinets that we had to destroy because of that issue.
Ooh.
So no, we eliminated it promptly.
Do you have a whole home filter?
I don't think so.
We do. We have one that's just like sediment and all that other stuff. Like, it's not like a fancy.
Yeah.
We just have that old. You get those filters at wherever, and it's probably more for sediment and other things like that.
One thing I will say that most people are turned off by tap water is the fluoride. In 1962, the United States Public Health Service recommended that public water supplies should contain between 0.7 and 1.2 mg of fluoride to help prevent tooth decay. This recommendation was updated in 2015 to a level of 0.07 maximum. So if you read a lot of the
back pages of the internet,
foil hat clubs and all that stuff, they say that fluoride could be another big contributor to like childhood autism and like all kinds of other.
Some say it calcifies
some anti-fluoriders out there that don't like it, even though you go to the dentist and they give it to you. I mean, it's an option, but
some people don't. A lot of people use fluoride-free toothpaste.
Yeah.
I could be way off base here because I'm new to the community, relatively 15 years, 14.
Like this community or like the conspiracy theory community?
No.
Okay.
Southwestern Indiana.
Okay.
So I feel like even in the rural areas, everybody's on city water.
Rural.
Now back home, once you got out of town, everybody just has well
water.
Well water used to rot teeth.
See, and that's what I'm wondering. I don't know. I remember talking to my grandpa about it, and he said, well, it's probably the water table. It's probably just not good water here. That's why if everybody's on city water, because they wouldn't run it out to all these places if there was water to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have that big, beautiful Patoka Lake up there.
So where do you guys stand? So you probably haven't had a whole lot of well water.
No.
My brother's house was.
Gosh, I love well water.
Drinking?
Oh, yeah.
It stinks.
Yeah, but I like it. There's a taste to it. Oh, good grief.
So no, my brother would do laundry. He had a water softener because it's hard. Well water's hard water.
Yeah.
So he'd have a water softener, and then that would run his wash machine.
Yeah.
And I do believe, I don't know if it'd go to his hot water heater or not. Maybe it would. And then, but he always drank bottled water or jug water. Like he didn't drink the well water.
When I go back home, I do enjoy drinking well water right out there.
I just think with the toxins and the pollution in the world.
Their house had a
cistern.
Their Illinois house had some sort of funky ass water that when you took a shower, it took 6 hours to get your soap rinsed off because it made you feel all slimy.
Yeah.
That's hard water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you feel kind of greasy.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
but they say it's actually good for your skin. Some people do. Now there's places in Huntingburg, like north of town, that don't have water, that are on well waters and stuff like that. And then there was a friend of mine, my mom's, that she's been taking her clothes to the laundromat for 30 years because they don't want to wash. You're not supposed to wash your clothes with hard water.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I don't know. We drink a lot of. We try to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, I drink it straight out of the sink.
At the resort, we get 5-gallon jugs brought in. That's what we've got.
We got one of those in the house now too. Jenna got one.
Huh?
Who do you get yours from?
Culligan.
I don't know who it is. It may be.
There's a friend of mine that owns a water company.
I know. Used to be a neighbor of mine.
Pristine Water. Yeah.
I'm a damn. Anyway, my boys went through and they were filling their jugs in the sink, and then we got a new hose, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to break that puppy in.
As a child, I always drank water out of the water hose.
Oh, there was nothing more refreshing on a hot day.
When it's hotter than shit, and you let that
get all over your face.
You let that water that's been
Barumsky.
Letting the Barumsky. You let the water that's been in the hose get out because it's usually
hot.
Hotter than the fire of 1,000 suns. But then once that cold water starts coming out, then you're all good. But I did learn something that don't know if it's factually accurate or not, but we could Google it later. But they say you're not supposed to drink hose water out of
bacteria
out of a black hose. Have you ever heard that?
Well, that's why like a lot of campers, those hoses are white.
Is that right?
Yes.
I think it's because they collect more heat and allow the bacteria to grow in it more.
I don't know. I always heard that too. It never stopped me.
Oh yeah.
Well, when you flush it through that cold, that flushes all that stuff out of there anyways. Yeah, it's no problem. That's no problem
at all. As long as you're not licking the inside of the hole or something.
Wow.
Yeah,
be fun.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's wild.
Do
you drink, here's one for you. Do you drink rainwater?
I don't collect rainwater to have the opportunity to drink it.
My dad's truck barely gets driven.
Yeah.
They always drive the Jeep or they drive the van, and it's always clean, sits in the driveway, just doesn't drive it much. Or maybe he does. I don't know. He just keeps it clean. His truck was like dirty, hella dirty. And he said, yeah, you see that? That's from that dirty rain we had the other night. And I thought, what are you talking about, old man? He said, Wayne Hart said that storm that came through, that the storm of epic proportion that fiddled out before it got here.
Yeah.
Thank God, right? Nobody wants tornadoes or nothing, but he said it picked up a lot of dirt and dust and shit when it come through Oklahoma and them plains states, and then like dumped it back out. It was dirty. Like his truck was like, you could tell where it looked like he had been driving down a gravel road and then got it wet. Like
Right.
it was, I don't know. I think that's wild. So
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't drink rainwater. No.
I mean, I know I've as a kid would catch rainwater.
Like a baby bird.
Or wring your shirt out into your mouth.
That's disgusting.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm all in on.
Not like sweat.
Oh, okay.
Like the rainwater.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine there's sweat in there.
Yeah, I'm out.
Salty.
Sit on that there, yeah.
Give you a little electrolytes. Hey, anything else on tap water there, Dave?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, there we
Quality
go.
on tap.
I got